and all the ways of man. You were here before the world began. Above all kingdoms, above all
one of the things that we want to sense is and receive is the idea, and I know it's hard to sometimes accept it, but I guess we got to look at this as, in fact, just look at somebody that you don't know and say, I love you.
These walls come down, and that there's not race an issue, communities aren't an issue. We have City Heights represented tonight. We have Emerald Hills represented. Everyone has to come together. People that know in the community what happened to Darnell and people that know what happened to Javier have to finally say, enough is enough. I'm going to stand up for truth, and I'm going to call the police and tell them what I know. The police can only be as powerful as we empower them to be to solve these cases.
I'm one of the leaders at SDOP, and we just come to support. We heard about the violence, and she has been coming to our meetings, and I tell you, it's really devastating. But I believe if we unite ourselves together in a spirit of unity and oneness, that we can go forward. Let's show love one to another. God bless you.
Amen. Our young men in blue. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, good evening. I wanted to say we really support you. We want to stop the violence. Our hearts go out to the families of Darnell and Javier. You know, we don't like to see and we don't like to respond to these types of calls. I can tell you, we want to stop the violence. And we try to do and look at different strategies, but we really need the support from the community. It's a partnership. It's all about a partnership. It's about working with faith-based community groups and coming up with different types of intervention techniques, preventive techniques, so that we don't have to respond to these calls. So, you know, my heart goes out to all of you for coming out to this rally and supporting these families, but it's important that we share that information so that we can prevent these crimes from occurring. Thank you.
Do you guys remember, I'm a little older than y'all, you can tell by the gray of my hair, but when I was growing up probably, and I was 12, 13 years old, grew up in Skyline. We used to have this program. I wasn't part of it. I wasn't a participant. Called Big Brother. Remember that? You know, we got away from that. Big Brother, Little Brother. We got to get back to that. We got to, amen. We got to bring that back together. You remember that, sir? That's something that we have to strive to bring back together. Amen? Is my friend Hamid here? I don't see him. I'm looking. You guys know he's not here. Way bigger than Darnell. But it also includes families that have been hit as hard and even harder as us, because we're talking about senseless violence, senseless killings. Amen. And our young people are going down at a crazy rate. And we all need to be concerned, young people, that tomorrow's not promised and it can be us. I want the family of Brother Javier to come and have words, say hello to us. I believe Javier was gunned down in last year. Was it June or July, I believe? August of last year. So I want someone from the family, and I know we have his mom down. if she feels comfortable enough to come up, we would be honored. And we salute you, moms, for the courage that you're taking right now. Don't we salute her? Amen, for coming out. We love you. We want to say we love you because this is not about culture. This is even not about social economic status. When the bullets fly, it don't matter if you got Bill Gates money or if you got Donald Jones money. When the bullets fly, they're going to hit somebody. So come on, let us thank God for the presence of Javier's parents and family. Please come, amen, and say something to us. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out. My name is Agustin. This is my sister Alejandra and my mom Lydia. Like he had mentioned earlier, my brother was shot August 27, 2007, so which was a year ago this past Wednesday. Going through something like that is different because only this group of people, only we can understand each other and what we're going through. That's why I'm glad that everybody came out, because it's, you guys didn't do the easy thing and just sit at home and, cross your arms and do nothing. Everybody chose to do the hard thing and actually come out.
Everybody here has a talent. One way or another, everybody here has some sort of talent or some sort of gift. Now, you can choose to be like the first two servants who use their talent for good, or you can be like that third servant. What did he do?
I want to say thank you to everybody to be here. It's so hard for me to sit here, but I don't have my phone with me. Every day, when I wake up, I know it's another day that I have to live without you. That's why I'm here with my son. It's a pain, the pain that never goes, I was going to stay in my heart.
During my struggle in my teen years, I never had anyone I could talk to about the things I was going through. I never had my mother around, and my dad and I never got along. So me being a female, I was going through a lot of emotional, physical change that I didn't understand, and I had no one tell me through it. During high school, it was very difficult for me. I was very depressed and couldn't focus. It was times that got so bad where I was the only one who could see through me. He knew something was wrong, and he would ask me, "What's wrong?" And I would say, "Why something gotta be wrong?" He'd be like, "I know something's bothering you," and I would pretend like nothing was wrong until he got it out of me and I would start crying. Darnell would always tell me that he's here for me no matter what, that I could talk to him about anything, and that's what we did. He was always there for me no matter what I was going through. Darnell and I talked for hours about everything. We would walk up and down the street when I had nowhere else to go. Darnell was my rock, my brother, my best friend. Without him always being there when I needed him, I probably wouldn't be here right now. As we go.
He got in trouble for putting the girl in the trash can at school. And I made his parents, I talked his parents into chastising him. He was very upset with me for that. But I just want to say thank you again. And he's looking at us. He was my angel.
Well, one moment, my big sister's coming, but before she comes, we want to make room,
Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, I It's an honor for me to be in front of you today to speak to you, to be allowed to be in front of you and be a part of something that is so intimate and special to you all. And if you look over to my right shoulder, you see that beautiful sunset over there. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. And I think one of the things that we might not recognize today is that it is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful place here today. And I'll tell you, someone said that we have to be together, all together. Just think about this. If you were walking through this, well, let me ask you this. Would you walk through this park tomorrow or later on tonight by yourself?
Good question.
I would probably say no. If I did walk through this park or any park really in San Diego, I would think twice. But if I had all you all here with me, walking through the park, come on now. You hear what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. If you look past those trees, you will see City Hall. That's where I work every day. I'm there every day almost. And unfortunately, sometimes when they hear people down at City Hall or that work around City Hall, that work downtown or live in other parts of the city, or even in this part of the city, they don't really recognize if there's a murder, they only look at it as a statistic. These are real people here.
Javier used to talk a lot to his friends about their life, and the changes they make in their life will be the legacy of Javier, and likewise with Darnell. And I want to just share this trailer that we're standing on. This is all a legacy of Javier. This all came to fruition because of the love of the community for Javier's family. Because Lydia and her husband Florentino and Augustine did nothing but give to their community long before all this happened. And in that community, their most precious son was snatched from them. And yet even with that, they still continually give to the community. There's been times people have said, man, how much do you charge to have this trailer come out? It must be a lot. It's nothing, it's free. We've had police say, there's no way, how could that be? It's just the love of people coming together, throwing things together. And I encourage you that if you want to have an event in your neighborhood, just tell us. Because we want to use it. We don't want this sitting in a garage somewhere. We want it to be used. This is a tool for us to get the message out for people to rise up. So just know, powermetro.org, you can email us anytime, and we all work full time, so hopefully it's on a weekend. And but anytime you need use of this stuff, that's what we're here for. And we need to do the same for Darnell. The legacy for Darnell and Javier must live on through us.
Basically, our mentor wants to take, the community wants to take the time to thank these police officers for coming out here tonight and being out here with us. Yes. We know there's other things they could be doing right now, and there's other crimes they could be solving right now, but instead they're here with us, protecting us tonight and keeping us all safe, keeping us all together and keeping us all moving forward. So I want to take the time and thank every single one of them, and I'm going to pass around the mic, and so individually they could tell us who they are and what city they're from, so we could get to know a little bit more about them.
Well, good evening again. You heard me. I'm Rudy Tam, the lieutenant out here in Southeast.
You are now about to witness the...
And I actually grew up in Hawaii. So I come here. I actually lost someone younger in my life that had some impact, so I understand what the families are going through. But I'm telling you, like...
Just move back a little bit.
What we try to do is we're looking at doing different ways on how we can stop gang violence. And one of the things we recently started doing is curfew sweeps. Have you heard about our curfew sweeps that we've been doing? Yeah. Throughout the summer, we've done 5 curfew sweeps. And during those times when we do these curfew sweeps, gang violence is down.
All right.
Juveniles are not victims. And that's what we're trying to do. So we're looking at different ways. Instead of just doing gang enforcement, how can we reach out and do other things to prevent a strategy? So thank you for including us. I'll pass the mic.
Good evening. My name is Ramiro Rodriguez. I'm a patrol officer here in Southeastern Division. I've worked out here for about 7 years, and I'm originally from Texas, so I'm not from this area. However, like I said earlier, I've been out here for about 7 years working in this area, and we have been trying to, like the Lieutenant said, put a stop and curb this violence. Everything we do just about is geared towards that, whether it's curfew sweeps or other types of sweeps that we do. And with that, I'll pass the mic.
Hello, my name is Arthur Scott. I grew up right here in San Diego and working right here. Actually, I'm probably the one you went to school with. Where'd you go? But anyway, I grew up right here in the community in Riri in San Diego. Went to Lincoln High School, been in Southeast now for about 4 years. So I'm glad to see all the people come out. I wish we could have had more because our community definitely needs more togetherness and more unity. A lieutenant mentioned earlier, we cannot do our job effectively without the support of the community. You know, we're here for you guys, and we definitely need you to help us to do our job and let us know, you know, the problems that we aren't aware of. If we don't communicate and we don't know, then, you know, it seems as though we don't care, but we do. And I definitely care because I requested to come to this area specifically. So we
Thank you for coming,
are here
sir.
for you, and, you know, we do care about the community, and I'm glad to see you all out here tonight supporting this event.
I'm Officer Con Thomas. I grew up out here in the Southeast. Also, I went to O'Farrell and then SDSCPA. And I've been working out here in the Southeast for almost 4 years. All three of us are also on the Southeastern Crime Suppression Team, so we do what we can as far as trying to enforce any kind of the gang enforcement that we need to do, juvenile curfew sweeps and things of that nature. And like my partner said, Scott said, that we do need more people out here. We need more people out here. This community needs not just the people from Javier and not just the people from the other person that was also killed, but the other guy that was killed off of Bolenbacher. Their family should be up here also. We can't do it alone. We need you guys' help. I mean, we go out there and we're not out there, when we contact people, we're not out there to just jack somebody up. We're out there for a reason, because there is complaints. And we need the support of the rest of the community to say, hey, this is what's going on, he's wrong. Or this person is wrong and they're not doing what they need to do. And if you see somebody doing wrong, you need to check them. You need to put them in place. Hey, we can't have this, because this is our community. The only people that care about our community is us.
As we prepare to leave